Nnamdi Kanu, leader of proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB), caused commotion at the Federal High Court in Abuja after his bail request was denied. Kanu, who has been in detention over an allegation of treasonable felony, asked the court to grant him bail or transfer him from the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) to prison. In the alternative, he asked to be placed under house arrest. However, Binta Nyako, the presiding judge, refused the bail plea. The judge held that the only option available to him was to take the matter before the appellate court, but the judge ordered the DSS to always grant Kanu access to his lawyers, not exceeding 5 people of every visiting day. She ordered that Kanu must be given a clean place to consult with his lawyers at the DSS detention facility, adding that the IPOB leader must be granted access to a doctor of his choice. But Nyako warned that any attempt by Kanu's legal team to file similar applications before the court will be regarded as a gross abuse of the judicial process. Reacting to the ruling, Kanu, who was visibly upset, said the federal government violated the constitution and other international treaties following his forceful rendition to Nigeria. "My lord, you said in your early ruling that you will not grant me bail until you make a determination about the reason for my disappearance, but you have not done so," Kanu said. "At this stage, I am of the opinion that you can't try me without first looking into that. The criminals came to my house to kill me. I don't understand why my trial must be conducted contrary to the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is the law of Nigeria as of today." Interjecting Boyega Awomolo, prosecution counsel asked Kanu's legal team to call him to order. Turning to Awomolo, Kanu said, "This man is a terrorist for conducting a trial in violation of an international treaty that Nigeria entered into. Once a treaty is entered into and signed, it becomes a law. They are all terrorists. No court can try me in Nigeria. Anything done in violation of any treaty entered into by Nigeria is an act of terrorism," Kanu, who was livid with anger, said. Awomolo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, who was shocked by Kanu's outburst, said he was not angry about it. "I am not a terrorist and I am not provoked by the action of the defendant. It is understandable he is only being emotional," the senior lawyer said. Nyako adjourned the matter to June 19th and 20th for continuation.
Providing the environment for him to get a fair trial. Unfortunately, the court was not in sync with us. But it's very, very important to stress this point, that what got us this far, what led to all these problems, is the refusal of the court to obey or implement, for want of a better word, to implement the ruling of the Supreme Court that Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that he was driven into exile by the actions of the prosecution, and therefore the ruling by the court that he jumped bail shouldn't have been made. So ordinarily we expected that this court would have just followed suit by restoring his bail, but it didn't happen. So now the court has, that's not what the Supreme Court said. So we're going to look at that. We're going to go home as a legal team and ruminate over this and come out with a legal response to this anomaly.
The ordinary person on the street might think that a favor had been done to us, but it's still the same thing. It's just the other side of the coin that was tossed. We are still going to remain in the premises and facilities of the DSS. You know, this issue of bugging is a very critical and technical thing. And we know that the Nigerian DSS is about the most sophisticated secret police in the whole of Africa. And they have a lot of equipment. The walls, inside the bricks of their building has chips, microphones, cameras, inside the walls of their building. So there is no how the court has made it that they should give us a clean room. Who determines the cleanness of the room? Who determines the positions of the box? So the thing, provided it's still inside the DSS premises, it's still there. Those boxes will always be there. These things have been built long before now. You know, these are structures and boxes that have been planted many years. They can't break the walls of the houses, of their rooms, to remove those boxes. Now let me tell us something. Recently, they moved us to the office of the assistant director that they call ADOS.
Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person is not done anywhere in the world at all. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. And it will happen in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You'll never stand. Not with me. Okay. I believe in justice and fairness, that's all.
Nigeria signed to extradite, not to rendition.
And that refers to lawyer.
Reporting from Nigeria state capital, Soy Bifa, Jackridge, Top Accolade News.